Members of the American Legion, VFW, and Boy Scouts held Veterans Day services outside the Hancock County Courthouse today. A large group gathered in the cold, all to thank and honor those who've served. Veterans who spoke at the service today, it's important to honor all who've served in the military, in wartime, and in peacetime.
I don't care where you served, whether combat, but you are a veteran, and give an idea, folks, what a veteran goes through, either during a time of war or peace. Either way, we're all still veterans.
And after the service, a free lunch was served.